There we go. And they're spliced together.
That's still live. I'm gonna disconnect.
Oh,
This is a very satisfying addition to the pile.
they're the best wheels in the world!
I don't think I've ever eaten Starburst this whole time.
Hey guys, welcome back to LegitStreetcars and welcome to the final video on my 2001 navy blue metallic Trans Am WS6 6-speed. That is correct. This is the second video, but it will be the last. And by the time you guys see this video, it will be either live, listed at no reserve on modsandmiles.com. So click on the link down below to bid on the car. Or if you're watching this about a week after it comes out, it's probably already sold. So you can click on that link and see what it sold for. And while you're there, don't forget to enter for a chance to win my 2009 C63 AMG for free. You literally cannot buy anything, nothing to lose, so enter that giveaway now. But I will be selling this car. I know it saddens me as well, but I already have a 2001 Trans Am WS6 and I can't cheat on it. I've owned this car for 20 years. It's my baby. I plan on never selling it, and I don't really need two of these cars. But luckily for you guys, Peter and I are going to mint this thing out in this video to get it ready for sale. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. All right, guys, we have a ton of little things to do to this car that are all gonna add up into it being transformed into, I think, a much better version of itself. So there are a lot of kind of tacky modifications that were done to this car, and it having 48,000 miles, I think it just deserves to look a little bit more stockish. I think sometimes stuff like this and like that kind of just cheapens it up. You'd see that on a car that isn't this nice. I do have to say I'm taking this off too. I know I'd done a pull before and a lot of you guys wanted to see me keep it on, but I didn't get up close. This lip is not form fit to the Trans Am very well at all. It's stuck on with tape. There's not a whole lot we can do about this. So anyway, let's take it off. This is the only hardware that holds this guy on each side there are just two screws. All right, let's see if this will kind of pull back a little. You have to be super gentle because it does have the double-sided tape. It's all coming off easily. I don't think this is gonna mess anything up. Now, hopefully this thing isn't covering up a damaged bumper. That wouldn't be fun. But with any luck, this was put on early on and it protected the factory paint on the front bumper. Let's just hope that's the case. All right, there's all the screws that hold this thing in. This is coming right off. So far, so good. What lies beneath? Yeah, this part's just completely not attached. I was actually worried about this flying off on the highway, but it didn't, so that's good. Look at this. I don't even know what that is. Is this, they might have added some kind of adhesive in here on top of the tape, maybe? All right, we heated this up a little bit. Just need a little persuasion, and there we go. Oh, this is gonna be fun to get off. Oh, this double-sided tape adhesive. But anyway, and this thing was just kind of hacked up. They used a lot of drywall screws, and it looks like they tried to get it to fit with panel bond, but it's not happening. There was just too much of a gap, and anywhere you pushed it in would make it pop out somewhere else. So just not the best. This may be the most controversial thing we do in the video, but this is what we had before, and this is what we have now. So this is the factory Trans Am WS6 bumper. This is what they all look like, well, from the factory, just like my white one, except I have the front plate thing cut out for an intercooler. So it definitely looks a little bit more subdued, but I just don't think this guy with its fitment issues matched a 48,000 mile car, and that's gonna be kind of the theme, is that when you see a car with this low a mileage in this good of condition, you kind of don't wanna see a lot of tacky stuff like this last of the breed. Like we're getting rid of this guy too. Oh, and this will be included in the sale of the car in case the next owner wants to bring it to a body shop, have it repainted, and see if they can get it to mold back on the bumper properly. But these just never fit well. Peter, I said get the blow dryer out for this.
But
your hair's fine.
I'm on camera now.
I know.
Look good for the people.
Well, let's make the car look good for the people and get rid of this last of the breed.
All right. But do I look good?
Yeah, you look fantastic. So I'm really hoping this doesn't pull the paint off. That would really, really suck. But I know that they sold these with the double-sided tape right on it. You just slap it on there, so it should come right off. Okay, it's looking promising. Oh yeah, we're good. See ya. Wow. Kind of looks like a fox now. We just leave the fox outline. Oh my gosh, The last of the breed decal was actually molded after Peter's face and beard.
I didn't want to brag about it, but
You didn't tell me this. He's part of Pontiac history. All right, so this Peter's face decal comes with the sale of the car as well. Like butter. The fox face.
What does the fox say? Do, 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 do. Caw, 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 caw. Right? Is that it?
That is what the fox
I don't remember what the fox says.
That's all the fox says. Our pile of aftermarket stuff is growing. And even though I took these off in the last video, I just popped them back on to retake them off to show you guys how sweet these taillights can look without the nightshades. Man, that looks so much better.
Oh, yeah.
The contrast, just takes away from everything.
I've always liked the honeycomb tails.
Yeah, these are classic.
It's such a cool look.
Look at that. And they're in great shape too, and these things are super expensive. Much, much better. So we'll add this to the pile officially now. Back to the pile. How much fun is this? Just removing stuff.
I mean, it's like when you have a cast on, right? And you finally get it off, and you're like, oh, yeah, that's so much better.
Yeah.
I like my skin to be stock.
That's right. I like aftermarket stuff as much as the next guy, obviously, but yeah, just, I don't know, not my taste. But I'm including it all, so don't worry about it. You can put it back on. Now, we all have different tastes in cars, which is why I love modsandmiles.com, the new cool car enthusiast auction website. And maybe one of you guys watching right now wants to sell your car. Maybe it's even listed on Facebook Marketplace as we speak, and you're responding to, is it available? Will you take my ridiculously lowball offer? Or will you ship this car to Nigeria because I'm a Nigerian prince? If you're sick of all of that, then simply send your pictures to modsandmiles.com, and they will have a professional automotive writer write the ad, organize the listing, include a Carfax in your listing, promote it all over the internet, including on Auto Tempest, which takes cars from all over the internet and puts them in one place so they're easy to find. And getting your car onto Auto Tempest is a big deal because it opens the world to your car listing, and you're gonna get all of this for $0 because it is 100% free to list and to sell your car on modsandmiles.com. And since Mods and Miles is more of an enthusiast car auction website, I'm also gonna drop the link to autotempest.com down below as well, because if you're looking for a normal daily driver, a minivan for your wife, and anything in between, they are an excellent resource as well. And Peter and I will be listing there a crazy joint venture car that we just picked up a couple days ago. How weird and awesome is this car?
It's nuts in the best way.
It is. I can't wait to show you guys. It's going to be a few weeks until we get to it though, but you can register to be a bidder on modsandmiles.com for free as well. So do that now so you're prepared, so you can bid on the Trans Am and this weird crazy car that we're going to be listing. And for you buyers out there, you can get financing on any car on the site right from the site, no matter the mods, miles, or age of the vehicle. So check it out. modsandmiles.com. Now let's get back to some TA. All right, so we're gonna uncover the factory computers. We already know it's the WS6 performance package, which, let's just be honest, it was mostly the ram air hood. I mean, the cars were all basically the same. All these LS1F bodies, the hood basically didn't even do anything. It just looks cool. And they had better suspension that barely was noticeable as well. And I think they made more regular Trans Ams than WS6 Trans Ams. So yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't have it any other way though. I'd love the hood. There we go. Oh, something I'd like to point out also is that this is the ram air hood, and I don't actually think they're functional at all. You can see inside of there that there's baffling. So everything is being blocked, and it's not just one. There's 2 or 3 baffles in there. So the air, maybe it would get brought down into the factory air lid to be sucked in, but there were some magazines that tested the SS versus the Z28, which was the same idea, and there was really no performance difference whatsoever. Back when I got this car, before it was turbocharged and it had the factory style intake, I went ahead and gutted this. So now you actually have air that would pass through it and I think line up with the airbox, and that was just kind of a 18-year-old Alex modification that probably also didn't do anything at all. Peter, what's like the dumbest modification you did as a teenager?
Oh gosh, I almost don't want to say, but I've cut springs.
Oh, that's not that bad.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I did it the right way. But like,
a lot of people cut springs
yeah,
back
but
in the
they
day.
get the springs where it's like at full droop, it's bouncing around in there.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't do that, but I did cut springs.
What about like, what's the most raciest modification you've done? Were you ever into those Banzazuku cars?
Bozazoku cars.
Bazazukus, Sakis.
I did have something to do with them when I was in high school. In Japan, though. In Japan.
Oh,
so it doesn't,
okay.
It's culturally appropriate.
Right,
so
right.
I don't know if that really counts. Like, is it ricey if it's in the homeland? Like,
No, it's
that's
not.
just normal, right?
Yeah, that's
like the American equivalent of having a blower sticking out of the hood. Right?
Yeah, exactly. All right, I think you're hiding something. One day we'll find out. We'll find out that we're gonna dig up pictures of Peter
From my MySpace.
Yeah, exactly. All right, we're getting rid of this guy as well. It's not even tight. This little rust bracket doesn't look too good. Don't know why I'm not using power tools right now. We're hand de-building this.
Is that paint matched? Did somebody get this painted?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty close. Yeah, they had to have gotten this painted in. They just added these decals on there. Okay. Again, not horrible. I'm not saying this is all that bad. I like it more factory, with wires and stuff hanging around everywhere. We're gonna have to fix that. There you go. So this guy's just kind of flopping around in here. And this is a very nice piece. This is a remote clutch bleeding extension hose. And we're gonna probably kind of tuck this out of the way so we don't see it anymore. I'll figure out a good spot for it. All right, so right now we're removing the last of the breed because it was just repeated all over the place. We know. It's also the beginning of the breed too. So yeah, I don't know about that saying. All right, so this is just held on using the same hardware as the battery hold down. So there's that. So we got no more last of the breed.
Would I be the last?
You're the last of a breed.
The 90s breed?
The 90s?
No,
You're the beginning of the
90s breed. So
I don't know
would you be the last of the 80s breed?
Yeah, you were 89?
Yeah, I was 89.
Peter's the last.
Peter's
of
the
the 80s
last
breed.
of the breed, and he looks like the last of the breed thing. Here you go, Peter. This is for you. All right, we're also not going to advertise for Volant air intakes. Nothing wrong with them at all. I actually had the same one on my car, but the little badge here is just gigantic, and I think it would look much cleaner without it. There we go. Thank you, Volant. Your intake is still fully intact, a very nice piece, but without this shiny chrome thing. All right, we're going to relocate this guy. Not even exactly sure what this is. This car has an alarm, an aftermarket stereo, so
This looks like an antenna wire.
yeah,
Maybe so.
I don't know. There we go. Little tuckaroo, and we'll get rid of these guys. Hopefully it doesn't take any white lettering away. Oh, we're good. Okay, awesome. She is gone. All right, we're almost there. We're gonna get rid of that guy, and we're gonna get rid of that gigantic fuse for the stereo, which we will be removing as well. And we're gonna clean this engine bay, but looking much better in my opinion. But let me know in the comments section what you think throughout this video, because everything I'm doing is very subjective. And if you're in the mood for a good old-fashioned internet comment section battle about a car that you don't own, then go down below. It should be a ton of fun. I'll be down there too. All right, next up, we're getting rid of the subs and the amps. And I don't think they did a horrible job with this either. They did a custom box for the F-body. It looks pretty good. But again, we are trying to sell a 48,000 mile WS6 for top dollar. And I don't know about you guys, but when I see stuff like this, I get very scared that there is wiring cut into everything and destroyed. So we're gonna go ahead and remove it, and we'll discover how good or how bad of a job they did with this. And then I'm totally not going to eventually put the stereo into this. Definitely not. What do we got? Wow, were these even plugged in? I just pulled this panel off and these speakers, yeah, I don't think those were plugged in. Are yours plugged in? Nope. Oh yeah, look, there are the plugs right there. Why wouldn't they? These are the factory speakers, I think, yeah. I mean, I know there's speakers back here, and these look like the factory speakers. Why wouldn't they just plug them in? I mean, I know they don't really sound all that good, but it's not that bad. Okay, mystery numero uno. This is the kind of stuff people are afraid of. Again, not that this is like bad for the car or anything, but you just don't want to see it when you're buying such a low mileage, nice car that's spec'd perfectly like this one. But this car, on the other hand, has already kind of been cut up and modified, so it wouldn't hurt this car if someone was so inclined. Yeah, that's all that was holding it in. Let's see if they left us any notes. I sometimes leave little messages and notes on car parts to be discovered, like
20 years later. This is number 2, number 7, number 5. You had the panels. I wonder if someone gave him instructions on how to cut this all out, but it's getting disconnected. Sorry, little buddy. Ooh, Starbursts. Tropical. They haven't made these in a while.
Is there a date code on it?
Let's see.
December 9th.
1858. Wow. It's the oldest Starburst ever made. And it's still very malleable. Malleable? Malleable.
I'll eat one if you eat one.
No, I'm not eating this.
Let's eat it. Let's do it.
Oh, look, they're the individual ones. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Dude. Peter, we cannot be eating this kind of stuff.
We can save them for the end of it when we can break our fast.
Okay, yes, we're fasting right now. We'll maybe eat these.
No, we're going to eat them.
Maybe,
No.
maybe.
I'm not giving you any
Come
reason.
on.
We're going to eat them just later.
All right, speaker coming out and not going anywhere near the Trans Am.
Oops. Did that just...
Oh, I don't. Yeah, I mean, well, it's.
It'd be really nice if we had a spot that we could just store this that was like...
Yeah.
Fit really well.
It's almost like a while you're near there. Yeah. Instead of while you're in there, it's a while you're near there.
So we'll just store it. We'll store it there?
Yeah.
All right, so here's our big power wire. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Like, just people have a lot of question marks in their head when they see a stereo. Was it done right? Is it going to burn my car down? And you see big power wires, and they're spliced together. Oh, look at that, just came right out. Yeah, this is why we're taking this out. You know, you just don't want to instill that doubt on what could be a car that pulls in really good money.
That's still live. I'm going to disconnect the battery. That side isn't.
Yeah. Good call, Peter.
Yeah,
okay.
You wait here, and we're not going to burn
I'm just going to...
Low mileage.
I'm just going to hold this now. Peter, go ahead and disconnect. I knew that. I was just showing you guys that you should disconnect gigantic power wires from the battery before pulling them apart with your bare hands. The more you know. For this ground, they just used a factory bolt, which is nice. It's kind of nice to see a car with all the panels off in the back. You can see if this is all factory, which it definitely is. This is beautiful. No work has been done over here. Looks like we got a couple screws here. Whoa.
Wow, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Like, this cut, like they did it to perfectly mold to this.
Right, and we still have this, which is nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Very high quality.
And more factory goodness. Everything looks really nice. Cool. All right, let's see what we have for speakers here. Good old-fashioned 90s GM quality. And yeah, definitely got some aftermarket guys right here. Let's just see what this Trans Am has in it. I think I might have replaced these a long time ago. Yeah, I put something. That's not factory.
Oh, yeah.
I replaced these with something or other. All right, so we're not going to leave this car without a functioning stereo. So let's see how these are connected. Yep, there we go. Oh, that just popped off. So that's that. Yeah, we still have the connector here, so that's good. And let's see what Alex did about 15 years ago. Remember, the paper speakers just blew out on my car. I was just jamming to too many tunes in my TA with the T-tops off. Whoa. So yeah, this is what I did. Still has a factory plug, so we can simply just take these out and put them in the TA. And then that way we can retain the factory harness. So 22-year-old Alex didn't know his work was going to be featured in a YouTube channel later on in life, but here you go.
YouTube didn't even exist.
YouTube didn't exist, so it doesn't count. All right, so we got to pull these wires out. Just like that.
Man, too bad we can't reuse these for something.
I know, it's a shame. It's a shame. All right, so I cleaned up a little bit of my old work. I mean, my friend who did it for me did a horrible job. And now we can throw this guy back in. These actually sounded pretty good compared to the factory paper ones. All right, we'll do the other side as well. We're gonna go ahead and complete this aftermarket stereo reversal by swapping in a factory head unit. All right, so let's see what kind of wiring mess we have behind here. Hoping they did a good job, but it won't really matter for the next guy since we're gonna rip it all out. All right, let's see what we got. How did they wire this in? Oh, I'm getting a tug. That means there's probably a lot of stuff back there. Oh yeah. All right, we got to disconnect some of these coax. They're really tight. I don't know how they plug these in. Okay, there we go. All right, so hopefully they didn't jack up the factory plug to do all this. All right, so here is the aftermarket, and here's where they spliced it. Hopefully they left the factory connector. Oh, yes, awesome. It's the way it should be. Bam, so that's what we need. This is all aftermarket, and there should be one more right here. Cool, that's all we need to run the factory stereo. Awesome. So let's get rid of all of this stuff. We got a million different little coax cables and stuff spliced together. We don't want that. All right, so pulling all this stuff out, and it is underneath the carpet. I think it's going under the center console. We'll see. I pulled a couple screws out there. We're gonna pop this up. And this does have an aftermarket short throw shifter, which I was thinking I was gonna replace this ball with the factory Hurst leather one just to kind of complete the interior, bringing it back to stock. But I couldn't find one that was nice enough that matched the interior, and there were a couple new ones on eBay for literally between $500 and $700. And then I don't think it would even work with the short throw shifter, which is really nice because of the way this attaches. So we'll probably leave that. This is kind of cool. Okay, I thought I was gonna find the wiring in here, but it's not in there. Okay. Our D-mod pile is getting very, very large, and we're doing some serious weight reduction. I think by the end of this, we'll have pulled out like 100 pounds of stuff from this car. All right, I think these wires are running along here. So I've taken out 4 little screws. Look at this nice and easy to take apart flimsy interior. You gotta love it. I always said these F-bodies had a $15,000 drivetrain in like a $15,000 car. Like the car itself is just kind of a cheaply built car, and it was meant to go fast and be light. They didn't need to have thick leather material and luxurious amenities. I love when people are like, oh man, that interior is like too plasticky. It's like, well, what else do you want them to make this out of? What do you want? What do you want from the F-body or the Mustang? This ain't no fancy Euro car that Peter's driving around all the time with his Audis and Mercedes and Bentleys.
AMG only for me.
Cheerio. All right, what do we got? Oh yeah. Oh, we're making money. Got some change, 11 cents. And here is our fat power wire that wasn't really put together that well back there. So we need that out of here. What is this stuff? Oh, there we go. So check it out. They cut these wires right in half. Here are the other ends from the factory. So all we have to do is solder these back to these, and then we can remove this whole length of wire that was going to the amplifier. All right, well, I still haven't found these though. That's kind of what I was looking for at the moment, but we should be able to pull them through. There we go. Bam. What is this? What in the world is this?
Battery?
Is it a battery?
A lead. It's a lead battery.
And it's just not plugged into anything? What? There was something else. Why would there be a battery in here? Oh, there we go. All right, so that's that. Fish those back. Hold on, there was something. Oh, I felt something else in here.
Low jack.
What does that say? Oh, this has an aftermarket alarm on it, I think. I have no idea what that battery was for.
There's nothing for it to plug into.
Dude, there's nothing for this battery to plug into. This is so weird. It was just dangling around in there. Just a battery with a connector wide open. I don't know, guys. I don't know. But I am glad I'm taking all of this stuff out. That is for sure. This stuff doesn't really represent how nice this car really is. This is the amp activation wire, so we're going to go ahead and cut that so we can get rid of this conglomeration of wiring here, and then pull that blue wire through there. There we go. And then a little snip. I found the RCAs. They really did a good job of hiding these things. They go under the seat. Hopefully I don't have to take the seat out. Come on. Oh yeah, they definitely took the seat out to install them. But I was able to force them through. Cool. Look at all this stuff. Look at it all. It's a big spaghetti ball of wires.
Now in Italian.
Oh, è un gigante piatto di pasta. Yeah, it's
pretty much it. Spaghetti's the same word, just with an Italian accent.
How do you say pizza in Italian?
Pizza. Pizza, pizza. That's garbage pizza.
All right, so here's where these guys are. Oh, yeah. Might have to pull that panel a little bit. Okay, I'll start with these. These are coming through. This is very satisfying, I gotta say. Getting rid of all this stuff on such a nice car. All right, now I got the big power wire. Okay.
Oh, we left it.
Oh, shoot. All right, so we gotta disconnect the power wire under the hood here. And yes, this is disconnected now. Oh, is it going through there? Oh, look at that. The power wire is going through that way. That's not good. They could have just come in through the actual car. Wow. That is goofy. That could get pinched. That's a very dangerous wire to play around with, let me tell you. All right, let's get rid of this corrugation. There we go. Now we should be able to pull it through. They used a factory grommet, so that's nice. Okay, there's that. Okay. All right.
Flossing your door jobs.
I know, this is insane. I don't know why they ran it that way, but I don't know. Heave. Oh. Heave. Ended it on a heave. Look at this. See ya. Look at the madness. This is why people are afraid of stereo installs. They're not all bad. I like stereo installs. I mean, I might be reusing all of this at a later date.
Not like we saved it. We haven't destroyed it.
We haven't destroyed it, and we are green. And
Reduce,
we
reuse, recycle.
reuse. That's right, yeah. So, but seriously, this stuff, it doesn't belong here. Here's our RCAs. It's nice that we get to inspect. Oh, let's see. Oh, the biggest controversial topic in the world of LS1F bodies, actually LT1F bodies as well. They didn't cut this out for the fuel pump. A lot of guys will just chop out this entire piece of metal because in order to replace the fuel pump, you have to drop the exhaust and the rear differential and stuff. And this one is intact. That actually kind of increases the value on a car like this. Now, personally, I would never, ever cut up a car to replace the fuel pump, as I will demonstrate now on my own car that I've owned basically since yeah, you know what? I think this might be factory. Pontiac did this. They installed, you know, hinges and everything from Home Depot. This was not me. I would never ever cut up a beloved F body and ruin it. Not me. Oh, we got more. Hey. Oh. Leave the F body alone. Hey, matey. I'm sorry, stereo installer, whoever did this. You didn't do that bad of a job, honestly. It's not bad. It's gotta go.
Is it okay to modify a car when it's new?
Oh, I think you could do whatever you want with your car.
Well, I mean, like we're demodifying this car.
Yeah, we're but that's for a very specific purpose, which is to make the car worth more money. We're obviously flipping this car. So we do whatever it takes.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's the reason.
But at the
Personally,
time, this is like,
oh, yeah. I mean, coming from a guy who bought a car just like this with 10,000 miles and then literally cut it all up and modified everything, I don't care. You can
how many
take
miles do you have on yours?
72,000, but on what? You know, like some of the panels, you know, it's had like 3 different engines.
No, but it's a low mileage car.
It's a low mileage car, yes.
We should demod it.
No. Actually, no, we kind of will be. We're going to be doing a series on taking off all the drag racing stuff, pretty much like the suspension, the crazy boost controller and everything. We're going to put it back to a manual transmission. We're going to make it handle well. We're going to put a new stereo in it. We got a lot coming for the TA that's really going to be like demodding it. It's still going to have 1,000 horsepower.
It's the final pull.
The final pull. Da-na-na-na. Na-na-na-na. Na-na-na. Oh, no. Well, that's most of it. We still have more.
Oh, there's more.
It never ends. This thing has like 50 pounds of wire. Pull, Peter! You can do it! Yes! Oh, that just saved us from taking...
Moby Dick? No. Ahab, Captain Ahab.
Captain Ahab, Peter, you did it! All right. Oh, this is a very satisfying addition to the pile. All right, we gotta do a little wiring repair here. These strippers from Sonic, wire strippers, that is, are phenomenal. Look at that. Bam. And a solder here, and a solder here. And we'll slide our little shrink tubing on there. And our little creme brulee brulaire. I don't really even know what that is, but it sounds cool. And this is a chef's tool as well as an automotive tool. Our wiring repair is done. Tuck her in right here and pretend this never happened. All right, with all the aftermarket wiring gone, we just have the stock plugs to plug into our beautiful Monsoon radio that I pirated from my car. I do kind of feel a little bad giving up my factory stereo, but I can get another one on eBay for a couple of $100, so that's okay. My car is definitely not numbers matching. I don't even know if they have numbers on a radio. All right, here you go, little buddy. You're going to a new home. God, I'm feeling like all of a sudden very like sentimental here, giving up my radio. Like, I mean, I've pressed all these buttons for the last 20 years. We've done a lot of things. We've listened to a lot of music. You've been through many engines that have blown up. I'm going to miss you. And I spent so much time not pressing the white lettering to not wear you off. You can see my finger marks are more in the corners because we can wipe that clean. But I'm seriously going to miss this radio.
I've never thought about doing that ever with anything. Avoiding the painted numbers.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that's next level, Alex.
Yeah, man. Little trick I think I invented. Just don't touch the white and it'll never go away. Like, I seriously feel bad now giving up this radio. I'm going to do it, but if I feel this way of just removing the radio and getting rid of it on that car, like, I'm never getting rid of that white car. I know a lot of you guys were like, keep the blue one, get rid of the white one, because, like, the color combo, most people like the color combo more, the blue with the black. I like it a lot too, but that car just means a lot. I've had it since I was 18 years old. You know, I've had every nut and bolt out of that thing, so it's tough to get rid of. And whoever wins this car, please take care of the radio buttons. Don't touch the white.
Or if they end up changing it out for an aftermarket.
Yeah,
send that back.
Yeah, right. If you guys swap the radio out, whoever buys this car, please send me the radio back, please. All right, we'll clean this up a little bit before we install this guy. There you are, little buddy. There you are. I threw in a new cigarette lighter, was missing that as well. And now we can clean this interior up. I'm putting these panels back on, and this is how you lose the 10 mil. This is how it happens. All right, you ready to see how a psychopath cleans his buttons when he's afraid of the white lettering coming off? He uses a little bit of Tide and water. And you just have to be really gentle. Now, with Tide, we can go over everything. But if you use something like Tough Stuff, which I really like that product, we use it a lot, it might take the white lettering off. So you can see the difference between that one and that nasty old girl there. Watch this magic. See, we're just going to spend more time on the corner and then gently go over everything else. And
you're nuts, you know that?
Yeah, nuts. I know. Now, I will say we do have a wear mark right there. Yeah, I know. That's a shame. There's one right there too, but you know, we're not all perfect, okay? So if you care about your GM buttons as much as I do, you'll spend 20 years pressing only the corners like that. Don't touch the white. Don't touch the white. All right, the interior was already in excellent condition, so there really isn't much of a transformation here. We already vacuumed it out and we pressure washed the mats, but nothing really came out. It's just super, super clean. So anyway, I'm gonna clean up every surface on the interior, and we do need to definitely condition these leather seats. They're in really nice shape, but they're getting a little hard. This part's gonna be satisfying. We're using the Clyde's Remoisturizing Cream, and that's exactly what this stuff does. It'll take a seat like this and make it soft and supple again, and it smells so good. It's like a neutral smell. It's nothing strong, and it goes away. It just, I don't know how to describe it. It just smells kind of natural. This interior is gonna look so good after this. All right, so after we apply the remoisturizing cream, we're just gonna wipe it off with a microfiber, and it'll get rid of the shiny look, kind of make it look satin again like the factory seats are supposed to. And I will leave you guys a link down below if you wanna pick up some Clyde's leather recoloring balm. That stuff works great, or the remoisturizing cream. And I'll leave a 20% off coupon code down there as well. I just want to sleep on these side bolsters. They're beautiful.
They're so supportive.
They just support these side bolsters have been supporting me for 20 years. Well, not these, but you know, the tan version in my car. And not the passenger seat. I never sit in the passenger seat. I drive my car like a man. A Trans Am man. Yeah. Sounds so good. Woo! I
love this car. We got to put it up on the rack right now for some mechanical stuff. And then obviously we're going to detail the car, but take a look at this, guys. A little sneak peek. These things are pretty dirty, looking very faded and scratched up. And I'll just give you a quick one. Oh, look what they're going to look like soon. Ah, they're the best wheels in the world. Ah! So the previous owner did say he changed every single fluid on this car 500 miles prior to me buying it, but I'm swapping it out for AMSoil. Yeah, this stuff is pretty clean. I mean, I drove it 700-800 miles. So yeah, it's like 1,200 mile oil. And it didn't burn any on the whole trip home. These LSs, they're king. Let's see, what kind of oil filter did he use? Extended something, STP. Okay. All right, we're also gonna do a new fuel filter, and this one might be the original. These are the same fuel filters for every GM product pretty much ever made for like 20, 30 years. All right, there's our fuel filter. Yeah, it's pretty clean. AC Delco made in the USA. Let me know, guys, is this the original? I think it very well could be, or is that a date of 2014? The mysteries, people. All right, here's our new one going in. Whoever buys this car is seriously getting a good one. Have you guys seen underneath? Look at this. Look at the beauty. It's so clean.
That's definitely not a Rust Belt car.
No. This was a very nice car its entire life. Very tastefully modified, not overly done. You know, not one of those cars with like a big thumping subwoofer stereo system rattling the whole car. It's not one of those. Click. Wait, one more click. Click.
What if it's digital?
Oh yeah, this is 2022. Beep. All right, we're about to detail the exterior of the Trans Am, and before we lower it, just want to give you guys one last look at just how nice this car is. There isn't a speck of rust. It's in excellent condition. It's so cool to see an LS1F body in this kind of condition. A lot of them were destroyed and turned into race cars. We have no leaks whatsoever. And I personally drove this car like 700-800 miles, and there's no stories. It's got good air conditioning, good heat. Look at these frame rails, perfect condition. It did have a radiator replaced not too long ago, so that's new. And yeah, overall, just a beautiful car. All right, AMSoil is going in. 25% off discount code and link down below.
All right, I was gonna say that's the grosser one, but I think
they're equally as gross.
They're all like squishy and weird.
We did find a date code on these guys. They were built in 2011. So yeah, that's the thing. Okay.
I don't think I've ever eaten Starburst this old. Oh, it's sticking to the wrapper.
Oh, I can't even separate it from the wrapper.
You just get as much as you can.
Yeah, okay. All right.
It's gross.
Oh, it's really good. Oh, it's just as good as when it was new.
I can't even get it out.
It was so good. It's aged perfectly.
Not just eating paper.
But how good is that paper?
It tastes like 2011 paper.
Starbursts don't go bad, people. We'll be fine. Stay tuned in the next video to see if there isn't a next video.
Yeah, funeral.
There might not be a next video. All right, let's make this TA sparkle.
Your cannon, my lord.
All right, it's foam time, guys. Here we go. Ah! There we go. This thing is a monster. I know you guys have been asking since the Corvette detail video, but yes, I will be coming out with my own LegitStreetcars foam cannon. I just want to test the one that we've kind of landed on for a few months to make sure that it is primo and legit. So anyway, it is working very, very well, as you can see. Check this out. I mean, this is a real cannon, all right? This isn't like a little BB gun like all the other foam cannons. Look at this guy.
Can you get the Eclipse?
Yeah. Oh, can I get it? Oh, yeah, I can get the Eclipse. Why can't I get the Eclipse? I can paint the Eclipse. Woo!
thing is a beast. So it's coming. It's coming soon, guys. I will definitely let you know. All right, guys, the Trans Am is dried and ready for a buff job. But first, I gotta show you how we're gonna mint out the other side wheels, because they look like this even after washing them, and we just can't have that. All right, first we're gonna steam it. And luckily, this car was garage kept, so these chrome wheels aren't pitted at all. They aren't curb rash, they're in really nice shape, so they should come out nicely. Actually, we know they're gonna come out nicely. The other side did. All right, and then we're just using some metal polish on a little foam pad on the drill. And I'll leave you guys a link for this stuff down below, but these foam pads are great and they come on a little kit. They're very inexpensive. We'll spread the polish around like so. And here we go. And with this foam pad, it'll get into all these little nooks and crannies. Actually, it was like meant for this wheel. These aren't that difficult to clean. The old torque thrusts, very period correct. I like these a lot. All right, so I spent about 3 or 4 minutes with the little polishing pad and the drill, and look at that. I am part of the wheel. So nice. I got rid of all the water spots and everything. So again, these wheels weren't in the worst of condition, but just a few minutes of effort, maybe 15 minutes a wheel, and you basically have a show wheel. And this is one of the reasons I love chrome, is the satisfaction from cleaning them. It's just night and day difference. Look at that. Oh. All right, after wiping off the excess, this is what we have, our beautiful chrome wheel. So I will be ceramic coating this. We'll get some tire shine on there and really make it look good. I've started to wipe down the engine bay here. It's not really all that bad, but we're gonna make it look really nice with the steamer. See that stuff in there? We'll loosen it up with the steam and then get one of these guys in there. Yes, this is from my kitchen. No, we don't use it anymore with cleaning dishes. It lived a good dish cleaning life, but now it's part of the engine cleaning team. After some steam and some elbow grease, this is what we have. And our beautiful 243 casting cylinder head is looking nice. All right, the engine bay is looking fantastic. And if you guys are curious what I'm using here to give it a good shine but not attract a bunch of dirt, it's this stuff called Mudslinger. So this is used mostly for ATVs and dirt bikes to repel mud, but it does a great job at restoring trim and plastic. And I like it because it won't attract a bunch of dirt either. You don't want to just goop your engine up and then it gets even dirtier than it was before. So I just spray a little bit on a microfiber like that, and then you can just wipe it on, and it makes things look really, really nice and not too shiny, so it keeps with that factory look as well. And it smells really good too. And see that? You can even do it to all of your hoses under the hood and just make them look new again. Look at that cowl. And we're getting in everywhere here. Very nice, very nice. Oh, I can't wait to show you guys this engine outside in some better light. It is so, so clean. All right, Peter, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to remove the Wolf/Peter head badge. No. Yeah, hopefully this, oh yeah, this adhesive's coming off. Just using a little bit of rubbing alcohol here. Goodbye, little buddy. You're not last of the breed anymore. Well, you can still kind of see him in there. All right, so we're just gonna use a little bit of fine polish on a fine pad here and really get rid of the shadow of Peter's head. Okay, what do we got?
Some beautiful navy blue metallic paint. Wow. Wow, is that a pretty color? And she's gone. So honestly, the paint on this car is in pretty good shape, but there are a couple of spots like this, kind of concentrated, maybe where they were, I don't know, rubbing up on the fender or something, kind of scratched up. So we'll see if the fine polish will take that out. I don't want to get too aggressive with this car because it doesn't really need it. All right. Yeah, it worked out pretty well. A couple little ones left, so I'll just go over it again, but I think the fine pad and compound will be good for the whole car. Buffing the taillights out is always super satisfying on these cars, but you gotta be careful that you don't rub off the Trans Am and the Bird, because if you sit on these too long, they will fade away, and these are in excellent condition, and these taillights are very expensive. The whole set could be like $800 if they're in good shape like these. So definitely use a fine polish on these and just don't put a lot of pressure on the painted areas. All right, what do we got? What do we got? Oh, yeah. Woo! That is looking pretty. Wow, this is looking so good. The black is really popping. We've gotten a ton of the scratches out. I might go over it once more, but look at what we were working with before. These lenses are just very scratched up. They've probably never been buffed out before. This is gonna look beautiful. All right, so Peter and I have gone around and buffed the entire car. And now it is time for the final stage, the good old-fashioned ceramic coating that is gonna bring out the pop and color in this paint. Or if you're from different parts of the country, it'll bring out the soda, not pop, the soda, or the Coke in Texas of the paint. Wow. Woo, I hope you guys can see that on camera. It just gets kind of deeper and glossier. That's great. I've coated like all my cars over the last 4 years with this stuff. It's phenomenal. I'll leave you a code for $25 off your DIY kit. And this little bottle will coat every exterior surface on your car. You can do it in like an hour. It's awesome. So after you wipe it on, you wait 60 seconds and you wipe it off. It's that easy. If you can wax your car, you can definitely do this. It's easier than waxing a car, honestly. All right, guys, we are all done with buffing, polishing, and ceramic coating every single exterior surface on this 2001 navy blue metallic Trans Am WS6, and she is ready to go. I am gonna take some pictures right now for the modsandmiles.com listing, and this one didn't have a lot of super satisfaction-y transformation detail goodness, but if you guys wanna see a video that does, I will link down below the supercharged C4 first wash and detail video. The transformation on that one was amazing. If you guys haven't seen it, definitely check it out. But this car started off looking pretty nice. It didn't have really many deep scratches or anything like that. So we did a one step all around the car. Everything is ceramic coated and it is just absolutely beautiful. And I know this is probably really controversial in the comments section, but this is what the front end looked like before with the lip. And this is what we have now. So this is 100% factory. This is how it's supposed to look. And I think this is one of the most menacing factory front ends ever put on a car. It looks so, so mean. Sorry, the lighting isn't the best right now. It is about to snow. It's like 10 degrees outside. But yeah, this color is so, so good. It's definitely my favorite color for these cars. Navy blue metallic. Oh, look at this thing, just straight as an arrow, 48,000 miles, and we buffed out the taillights to perfection. They are coated as well. We cleaned up the tailpipes, and just this thing's ready to go. That's it. There's really all there is to it. Now, it isn't 100% show quality. I know some people throw that around like this car is mint, it's show quality. This one is really, really nice. I mean, look at these wheels. They look so good. But unfortunately, when we took that front lip off, there were some areas where they had used panel bond that kind of came up. This side's pretty good. And where is it? There is a decent paint chip somewhere. Oh yeah, here we go. Right on the bottom, right down there. So that needs to be touched up. But it's possible whoever buys this wants to reinstall the front lip, and at that point they can have it repainted and everything kind of done to perfection. But overall, just look at this. Oh, and take a look at under the hood. Well, I might as well show you the interior before we pop the hood. And she is pretty. And it doesn't smell in here. This car was never smoked in. This is an excellent, excellent example. Look at this, guys. This has got to be one of the coolest interiors of the 90s and early 2000s. I know it's cheap. I know it's plasticky, but it's so cool. And it has my radio. But of course, we have the T-tops. The back seats don't look to have ever really been sat in. Just a really, really nice place to be. The Trans Am floor mat's cleaned up pretty well. And here is our mighty LS, all cleaned up, fresh oil change, new fuel filter. All the other fluids were changed by the previous owner like around 1,200 miles ago. And she's as clean as a whistle. Doesn't leak anything, doesn't make any weird noises, doesn't burn any oil, doesn't smoke. Just no stories, just a fantastic LS1 engine with 243 casting heads, a nice sized cam, headers, full exhaust, just your perfect bolt-on car. And you know I gotta show you the car with the T-tops off, the way this is meant to be driven, at least when it's not 20 degrees out, although I'm gonna go drive it right now as is. So one final look at our beautiful Trans Am WS6 that is either live or has already sold on modsandmiles.com. So cool. It honestly, it doesn't really get much better than this for me. I love the WS6 Trans Am. Let me know in the comments section where my F-body guys are at. Comment down below what F-body you have owned, what Trans Am or Camaro you've owned, or maybe that you still own. All right, guys, it's 20 degrees out, but I'm going for one last ride with the T-tops off. We just hit 49,000 miles even. And I'm gonna miss this one. I really, really am. But hopefully one of you guys get it, and we'll have more Trans Am content in the future because I have another Trans Am WS6. So with that, I hope you really enjoyed this video. If you did, my mouth is frozen right now. I can't even talk. Give it a big thumbs up. Share the video with your friends. Subscribe if you haven't already. And most importantly, have a great day. I'll catch all of you in the next video.